Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. These are my opinions. Let's jump right in. Creepshow Art, Emily Artful, and Anthony. First thing I noticed from Creepshow Art's video, I feel like you have tunnel vision. You only see the bad things that Emily has done, but you never talk about the bad things that Anthony has done, the bad things that you have done. You never address that, just like you never address the locale post. It's interesting. Now, Creepshow Art talks about Emily and Anthony's past relationships back to when they were 18 and 19 years old. Creepshow Art, you weren't there. You don't know what happened between these two people. You didn't live with them. You weren't with them. So all you're getting is what Anthony is feeding to your ear. And of course, that's going to make him look good. Now, this is what I want to start off with. There's a video by a channel called Bun Bun. They re-uploaded Creepshow Art's video, so you don't have to pay to watch it. Let's listen to this part here.
Emily and Anthony dated for 3 to 4 months in 2011. Emily was 19, Anthony was 18. Her Twitter from that time affirms that. _meteor showers is babbling nonsense beside me at 1 in the morning. Wouldn't expect anything less, I just hope he doesn't do this at the altar. Meteor showers was the Twitter handle that Anthony was using at the time because it was a band name he went by. Here's Emily affirming that that's a prior band name on Twitter. Here's the
Shannon, why do I need to know what Anthony's band name was when he was 18? What does that bring to the table? I mean, please comment down below and let me know. What does Anthony's band name when he was 18 years old? What the crap does that bring? What does it tell me? Absolutely nothing. I could care less. That does not help your situation or this case at all. I could care less what his band name was, what he ate in the 13th grade. None of that matters to me. I'm here to get the truth and to hear your side. And you're babbling about Anthony's band from when he was 18 and how Emily confirmed it. Emily confirmed it. It's got to be true. Girl, you know. Are you just after ad revenue? Is that just what this is? Just like a filler just to get money? Like, this don't make no sense. Why do we need those details? Anyways.
Page for Annabelle Wanted, which features her own artwork, showing that she went by this name as well. For a list of aliases she has gone by, skip to part 0. During the short relationship, Emily ended up moving into Anthony's grandfather's home. This was corroborated by...
Again, why do I need to know that Emily lived with Anthony's grandfather? Many people do that. I've done that. I've lived with my boyfriend's family. He's lived with my family. What does that have to do with the situation today? Absolutely nothing. And that's my point, y'all. That is the whole point of why I'm making these videos. This is all just filler content to get. It brings nothing to the table. I can't stress that enough. But let's continue.
Anthony's grandfather. This can also be corroborated by a blog post Emily would make in 2013, 2 years later, talking about how she has a history of moving in with her long-term boyfriends. Emily was not abusing drugs as she stated, and this is known because Anthony himself has a history of past drug abuse before he met Emily and has a zero tolerance policy for that in his life.
Then maybe Anthony should be up here making the video and not you. Because so far, all I've heard is Anthony, Emily, Anthony, Emily. And I feel like that's Anthony and Emily's business. Like, their past drug addiction or whatever they went through, that's their business. And the fact that you talk about her SA, her addiction, like you were there, you weren't there. Anthony, maybe he should make a video and put it on your channel. Maybe you two should finally sit down together and make a video discussing all this. That would be the smarter thing to do. But for you to sit here and talk about these two people while neither one of them are here, it's not helping. It just makes me see that you seem like a mad girlfriend. You know, wham, that's his ex-girlfriend, wham, and I don't like her. That's how that seems to me. I'm not trying to be mean or hateful here. I'm just telling you from the outside looking in, that's how it looks to me. Wham, I don't like my boyfriend's exes. Wham, and they live with his grandpa, and they did this and they did that. That's gossip. That's what we call hen talk down here. That's just, girlfriend gossip. It's doing nothing.
Anthony has been sober for over 10 years. We can call upwards of 20 people who have all had the same experience with Anthony because he's exceeded.
This is all hearsay. I don't care if you called 100 people and they all said, he's clean and sober. That don't mean the boy ain't done nothing. When I was an addict, I'm almost 10 years sober. Before, when I was an addict, you didn't know I was using. Nobody in my family knew I was using. They didn't know until I told them I was using because I was so good at hiding it. But again, you have no business telling Anthony's story of addiction or telling Emily's story of addiction. It's none of your business. And it does not confirm anything of what you're claiming this girl has done. It's just you babbling more gossip about these two and their relationship. And if you don't want to hear my opinions, scroll on, because this is what I'm doing here. It's the whole point.
Cautious with drug use. Some of these people are also mutual friends with Emily. Emily was well aware of this at the time and was not using drugs while dating Anthony. According to various social media accounts Emily ran between the ages of 13 and 20, Emily didn't do drugs and was in fact very against drug use. She was not addicted to...
You don't know that. And again, this is a point in time in your video where Anthony should have been there, Emily should have been there, where they could share their sides. Because let me tell y'all something. There's 3 sides to every story. Your side, their side, and the truth. That's how it always is. Y'all know that. So I don't feel comfortable listening to you talk about somebody else's addiction and SA and everything else without these 2 people being here in the video giving their opinion and giving their side to what happened.
Cocaine at 14, like she said, and she never abused drugs until after Anthony and her dated and broke up. Here's a post that she made after she and Anthony had broken up where she states wholeheartedly she's against drug use and against what Amy Winehouse had done to her body, that being all the toxins she put inside it. If she was actively using drugs at the time, this is not a statement she would be making. If she was abusing drugs at this time, Anthony, his grandfather, or his grandfather's girlfriend would have seen any indication of this. There's a history...
You don't know that. Creepshow art. My family did not know that I was using. They had no idea that I was even going to a doctor. They had no clue. So you can't sit here and tell me, well, if she was using, Anthony's grandpa would have known. Well, Anthony would have known. You can't prove that to me. You can't. Because I used and nobody in the damn house knew. This is my point here, guys. There's no evidence to any of this. It's all hearsay from Anthony's family. From, a mutual friend of a friend who knew a friend that might be friends with her too. Like, come on. This is not evidence. Your video says with evidence. I've yet to see the evidence. All I hear is you talking about somebody else's issues without them being there. And that's dirty. But when are we going to discuss your locale post? What you said about Edwin. What you said about Tipster. What you said about Red Glare. Well, when are we going to talk about that? You know, okay, let me ask you something, Creepshow art. If you want me to go by hearsay and believe your video, then I should go by hearsay and believe everything people are saying about you? You ever thought about that? So I'm just going to listen to everybody else about you. Everything they said was true because it's hearsay, right? Because you're trying to tell me that because Anthony's grandpa said so, it's true. Girl, you said with evidence. I thought you meant you had evidence.
Other family members abusing drugs in their family, and they were very aware of what that looks like, and they would not have allowed it in their home. Emily framing this as 2 people attacking her over past drug use makes no sense, given Anthony's history and the fact that more than half of my extended family has their own issues with drug use, and my parents met in AA. However, when they were dating, she was dealing with intense...
What does your parents meeting in... That does not mean you're going to know I'm using. Just because half your family's addicts doesn't mean you're going to know that my spouse uses. Or my cousin uses. Just because your family met in AA doesn't mean you're going to know that my dad is an alcoholic. It don't work that way. Most drug addicts don't run around, hey, I'm an addict. Hey, look at me. I drink, smoke, whatever. No, they're not going to do that. Most addicts hide it and lie about it. Completely cover it up. A lot of addicts are functioning addicts like I was. I went to work every single day and nobody had a clue. This is ridiculous. This is hearsay. You have no evidence.
Health issues, of which she told Anthony. She has also posted on social media before, during, and after dating Anthony about her mental health history, saying she's bipolar, has BPD, was schizophrenic, has OCD, suffers short-term memory loss, has an apparent brain injury, and more. Here are some of the posts. Ha ha ha. Actually, my OCD isn't as bad as the kind they flash on television. I got brain damage and you don't. Nah, shit.
Hold up. Now, let me say this. I will make a funny post, and that don't mean that I'm going through that. Like, I might say, I hit my thumb and it hurts really bad, But that don't mean I hit my thumb and it hurts really bad. I could just be making a funny post. Oh, I pooped and it's really bad. Ha ha ha. Oh, well, I did this, blah, blah, nah, nah, nah. That don't mean it happened. That could be me being edgy. Like I'm edgy. That could be me just trying to get some attention. That could be me just trying to talk to somebody, get somebody to talk to me. That don't mean it's true. I'm not saying that it's not true, but your point, it's not valid here. Because she could have been lying. She could have been just playing, joking. That don't mean that happened.
It's about me. I have too many mental problems to even type. 3 things I want to do in the next 12 months. Hang myself at a park, carve Zach's name into my arm, make love to Zach. 50 unknown facts. I have OCD. I fear my mother. Singing. I'm 100% serious. 69. Forgotten someone's name. Short-term memory loss mean anything to you? She stated in her now-deleted video about how she dated a sociopath that she was misdiagnosed as bipolar when she was 9.
We immediately bonded on that. He was diagnosed bipolar, and I at one point was diagnosed bipolar when I was very young. That diagnosis has since...
Can I just ask a question? What does this have to do with your locale post? What does this have to do with anything? You are going so far back into time. And it's filler content. It has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on today. It doesn't. This does not help me to see that she lied on you. All it does is show me that you have no evidence still. And it's really annoying because I really wanted to see some evidence from you. I really thought after all these months that you were gathering evidence because you said in your post that you were going to do it legal and you were going to get it together. This is not getting it together. This ain't going to hold up in court. Are you serious? This is hearsay. I just can't even grasp onto this, man. Do you really think this is going to go through? That it's going to fly with a judge? Well, his grandpa said, no, ain't no judge going to go by somebody. No. Oh, gosh.
Later, Emily and Anthony dated for a couple months, and during that time, Anthony ended up getting a job at the movie theater I was working at, Cinelux Plaza Theater in Campbell, California. Anthony and I met briefly before his interview, however, we didn't work together until summer of 2011, after Emily and Anthony had broken up. I have never spoken to Emily, we never waved back and forth at each other, she is confusing me with someone else. There was only one time when I technically saw her in person, but it was from a distance, when she had passed out in the parking lot behind the movie theater after getting into an argument with Anthony. This is the...
Creepshow, it sure is funny how even then you claim that, oh, she didn't see that right, or nah, she didn't tell that right. And you still had to bash her. Oh, she passed out in the parking lot. How do I know that you are telling this right? You see what I'm saying here? I don't know that she's telling the truth or you're telling the truth because that's hearsay. That's not helping your situation at all. And you have yet to bring up the locale post. You know what I'm saying here? This is a waste of time. This was a waste, well, not for you because you're making money off of it. It's a waste of time for me. I thought you were gonna bring the evidence and prove, like you said you would, you were gonna prove that you're telling the truth. And by gosh, it ain't happened yet. You know, this really, really is annoying because when you put on a video with evidence, we expect you to have actual evidence. And you're making yourself look worse because it's all hearsay. It just makes your credibility even worse.
Incident Emily is misremembering as happening after they broke up.
She's
Remember, at the time,
misremembering.
They were very much together. There are multiple...
Emily's misremembering. That's well, now she's misremembering everything. How do I know she's misremembering? How do I know you're not misremembering? Because it's all hearsay. It does no good. It's a waste. This is all a waste of time.
Multiple eyewitnesses to this occurrence. There were other moments during their relationship where Emily publicly threatened Anthony, sexually harassed other women, and we have contacted the people who were present at that time. The relationship was short-lived.
Okay, where are they? And this was years ago. And where are they? And even if it did happen, what does it got to do with the situation now? What? Tell me, explain to me, what does this have to do with now? I'm sorry, I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed because I really thought this was going to be the big evidence. And it's not. It's just more gaslighting from Creepshow art, as always. Girl, after so many videos that you put on this platform, exposing people who do this very thing, and here we are, once again. When are you going to talk about Edwin? When is that coming up? When are you going to talk about what you did on Locale? When are you going to prove that you didn't do it on Locale? Where's that evidence? It says with evidence. Where's it at? I want to know. How can you prove that you did not do that on Locale? Because Locale's saying she did. You know? I mean, and what are we supposed to do out here in the public, y'all? We're listening to all of this. We're listening to all the sides. You know, it just... Oh, gosh, I'm sorry.
After a couple months. However, during the relationship, Emily took it upon herself to get a tattoo of Anthony and herself as chinchillas on her arms with the finished word for love under it. She posted a picture of the tattoo on her Twitter page, again, Annabelle Wanted. The photo is blurry, mostly due to the camera at the time, but she purposely gave the male chinchilla little emo bangs, which Anthony had. She only owned one chinchilla at the time, named Archimedes, and she did not own a female chinchilla, though later she would get one in this set.
So you know whether Emily had a female chinchilla back then or not. Girl, you need to get some help. You have taken... This is taking stalking to a whole new level. I don't even know what kind of draws I had on 10 years ago, let alone what my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend kind of gender chinchilla she had. You researched all the way back just to tell me that she didn't have a female chinchilla. Y'all, I'm done. I can't. I just can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm dramatic. I just can't. This is just ridiculous. She didn't have a female chinchilla, but it had emo bangs like Anthony. What do I care? And Emily, this is no offense to you at all. No offense to you. But I don't care. Don't care what gender chinchilla the girl had. I don't care that she gave it emo bangs. That's cool as heck, though, but it has nothing to offer right now about what you did on Locale, the things that you've done to your friends, and how you have treated your viewers, and the lies that are being spewed. My opinion, a lot of lies have been spewed. But again, this is Anthony and Emily's relationship that you are just nonchalant telling everybody about, and it does not help your case at all. We don't care. I just can't say it enough.
2 is for that. She would say that the chinchilla was her and Anthony's kid. She continued this action with all
We're
her
still
other
on the
boyfriends
chinchilla.
after Anthony and her broke up, as seen here. Here's her doing it a year or so after her and Anthony dated with her next boyfriend, Carl. This is another Twitter account she had under the name Annabelle Lee. This was another band name of hers. And here's her doing so in 2015 while she was living with her boyfriend, Bob. This post is still live on Instagram. Shortly after this tattoo, their relationship ended. Anthony broke up with Emily. The reason they broke up was because of her erratic behavior and nothing else. Emily...
You weren't there. I put an AH on the end of it. You, Shannon, listen to me. You weren't there. You don't know. Anthony and Emily were the only two that were there. And Anthony's not in this video, as always. Emily is not in this video. So I'm not going to take your word for it when you are not one of the two people we're talking about here. You weren't in the relationship. Why am I going to take your word for it? And even if Emily has established, yes, I was the reason we broke up, I'm still not going to take Shannon's word for it because she wasn't there. And what if I don't hear Emily's side of it? All I'm hearing is Shannon's point, her version. And she wasn't there. So what does this even matter?
Also lied when she said how the breakup occurred, saying that Anthony's friend, who she calls Brandon, whose real name is Bryce, told her that she was a worthless whore who he was going to curb, stomp, and kill. This never happened. Instead, Anthony broke up with Emily himself twice. However, Emily wouldn't listen to him and kept coming to his home, kept showing up at his friend Bryce's house, and would try to go places.
Well, I can tell you this, Shannon, and you know what? You can claim what you want, but we've seen some of the messages from Anthony to Emily. It's funny you say that Emily kept on with him, But there's proof of him keeping on with her. Like actual evidence, if you know what that is. Actual receipts of Anthony talking to Emily. So if I had to believe one side or the other, I'm going to go towards actual receipts. But again, neither one of us were there. So we really have no business talking about this, because this was between them two. Y'all, her saying that she just kept right on. I'm like, girl, Emily's got receipts of him messaging her. Stop. I don't know why you think your boyfriend. You remind me of those moms who think that their kids can do no wrong. Not my little Johnny. By gosh, my little Johnny just does no wrong. Well, little Johnny just burnt down a bus and got the matches in his hand and he's on camera. And the mom, I swear the mom will say, well, somehow they put his picture on that camera and it's a conspiracy. Because my little Johnny didn't do that. There's no way. That's who you remind me of. That enabling, narcissistic mom that just can't see that her child has done something wrong. It's always everybody else. Creepshow Art, that's what you remind me of. You're all that person. It's everybody else. It's never me. I might have done one little thing wrong one time, but I'm perfect. And everybody else, especially my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, she's always done wrong. Because you're a saint, right? I just don't know how much more I can listen again for a third time. I don't know.
He was going to be, including once to his work where she had to be escorted out. Ironically, she would not take no for an answer. Only because she wouldn't take no for an answer and wouldn't listen to Anthony, did Anthony ask Bryce to tell her to leave Anthony alone and confirm that he wanted the relationship to end. It's also important to mention.
But it's interesting because in Emily's proof, there's where it says Anthony Parker followed you. But she wouldn't leave him alone, right? That's always the telltale story. I'm telling y'all. Emily, look, I may end this video and then do another part soon because I have to get to work. But Emily, if I were you, I would go ahead and I wouldn't underestimate anyone in this situation. And I would protect myself and maybe get a good lawyer and just be prepared. And you may end up getting a restraining order. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but I'm saying maybe just go ahead and legally protect yourself and find out, what you can do in your life to, get all this to stop. But just don't underestimate anyone, because clearly people are going to go back in your past way back and they're going to try to use it against you. It don't mean it's true, of course, but girl, I feel for you. Emily, I feel for you, hon. I do. I don't know how you're handling all this, but you're strong. And guys, nobody's perfect. Nobody ever said that Emily was a saint. Nobody ever got a book made that said Emily Artful is a saint. That never happened. Emily has told many people, I've done things like I've really messed up in the past. But by gosh, I believe her about this. And that's because I had my own little experience online with Creepshow Art, who strongly reminds me of Repsion's ex-girlfriend Maya. The similarities are, so telling. Y'all, I'm going to be back and we're going to finish some more of this, but this is 2.5 hours long and I got to clear some space because I don't even think I have enough storage for all this in my videos. So anyways, I love y'all. Thank y'all. We are almost at 60,000 on TikTok, still growing. We have over 2 million views. I am so happy. We've shared so much awareness. We've helped many people. We've told many stories. We have shared so many cases of missing children, missing adults, cold cases. I can't thank y'all enough. We have, helped a lot of people. I love y'all. Thank y'all. We're going to keep on trying to get the truth out here. Thank you all. I love y'all. If you're on Twitter, if you're on TikTok, YouTube, follow. If you want me to follow back, I'll follow back. No problem. I love watching other people's content. I am not a professional YouTuber. I am not a professional TikToker. I do this for fun. I have a job and stuff too, but I feel like if we can take our platform and help other people and help get the truth out there, that's what it's about for me anyways. I love y'all. Bye. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you got a video that you want me to come watch, hey, let me know in the comments. I'll come right over. If you want me to watch your live streams or your lives on TikTok, Twitch, whatever, just let me know. I'll be there. Bye.